What's up everybody, Tiakum here with Sew Yeah Quilting. In today's tutorial, we're going to show you how you make this amazing Garden Terrace quilt. Let's get started. As we're diving on into this project, all you're really going to need is some 2.5 inch strips to get this to be as spectacular as this one as you see behind me. You have to cut your own strips because you need 3 colors, right? Most jelly rolls come in 42 different colors. I've already gone ahead and pre-cut my strips here just so I'm going to lace them out so you guys can see them. We've already got the green one behind us, so we might as well make a blue one. And what you'll need is a light, a medium, and a dark. Now, on top of that, you have to figure out how you want to frame this out. You've got some corner pieces that you're going to add on to the end, and I try to match them to my border. And in this tutorial today, I wanted to have a darker color palette, so I'm going to pull in this bolt here just to kind of make my light colors really pop and stand out. So I'll have this on my edges and my border ultimately in the end. Since we have everything cut out as far as our strips goes, it's time to start sewing. Very easy construction. You want your lightest on one end, your darkest on the other, and then your medium right in the middle. Right sides together, and you're going to sew down the entire length of your strips. Lay it down. So I've gone ahead and sewed my 3 strips together here. Now it's time to take it over to the ironing board, give it a nice press out. So now that we've gone ahead and ironed this piece out, obviously we're going to do this a bunch of different times. That way we have enough strip sets to make our quilt. I've got my strip sets all done up here. And now it's time to jump right on into the cutting of our 60-degree triangles. Now, you'll need a 60-degree triangle for this project. Most people have them in their studios. And all we're going to do here is we're going to make sure that we're keeping the smallest tip of our triangle on the light side. So I'm going to cut these into 6.5 inch triangles, rotating my ruler as I go along here. Then we rotate ruler. I'm going to rotate this whole thing around too, that way I'm not cutting towards myself this whole time. And we're going to just keep repeating this process out. So now at this point, it's time to make a decision. Now, if you want something that looks exactly like what you have behind me, or the one that's in the actual pattern, which is down in the description below, you will have to pull out all of your light tipped triangles, so these ones here, and that's what we'll be using for the entirety of the project. Now, your second set of triangles, you can use that to make a additional quilt, pillow shams, a bed runner, lots of things that you can do with this. It's not really waste because it's just a block that hasn't been made yet, right? To make this, it's super simple to do. You're going to put them together like so, but you're going to offset your pattern as we're building them along. So my next set is going to go right here. Next set can go right above it. And then from there, you just kind of naturally see how the pattern is forming here. So now to sew them together, you're going to take sections in a completely vertical line. So for instance, we're going to separate these and these, and you can see how I now have a row dead center that can be sewn together, just like the one that you see behind me. Now, to start off every single row, you do have to add a corner piece that will give you a square edge as opposed to having a pointed edge. It's very simple to do. What you're going to do is add one of these half triangles. How did I get here? It's very simple. I took my 60-degree triangle, I cut it out of the same print that I'm going to be using for my borders all the way around, and then if you look on your triangle, there's always a center line. So if you just slide it down a little bit, you can mark the center, or if you fold it in half, that's another way that you can get your center line, and you're going to just cut directly onto that line. Once you have one, you're going to add it into place, and you can see how I've now squared off my edge. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to lay out all of my triangles and start sewing. And once I kind of have a couple of pieces sewn together, I'm going to show you what a row is going to look like, and then we'll go from there. So as I'm starting to sew here, I just want to give you guys a quick update here. You can't tell right now, but if I separate these, you can see the row emerge from it. Now, I'm not going to make one as big as the last one that I've just made. So I'm going to maybe add 2 or 3 more to the end and then square it off with my little piece of black here. and then we'll go from that point. So I've gone ahead and finished off this row. You can see how I put black on both sides here. It's actually a dark blue here, but it looks incredible. And I've already gone ahead and pieced together some more here just to show you guys how to get to the end of this project. I've got my center square here, and obviously I'm not making one as big as my last one here. And to finish this all off, I'm going to just wrap around a really nice, probably 4 to 6 inch border all the way around, making it just a really nice lap size quilt. So as you can see here, guys, super simple. We're going to keep connecting our rows together like I've done here, and then we're going to show you kind of what the center of this looks like. So gotta give this a nice press here, putting on our last one. And guys, with that, we've got that center piece of the quilt done. All I'm gonna do at this point is put a really nice 4 or 5 inch border all the way around it, making this a beautiful lap quilt. And with those other pieces, I might end up making a pillow sham or something else with it. So at this point, I'm gonna finish it up, send it across the way to our in-house long armor to have this thing finished. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you have, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't be afraid to share it with your friends. Not only that, the PDF download or the pattern for this project is down in the description below, where you can go ahead and download it and print it at home yourself. And while you're down there, you might as well check out SewYaQuilting.com to pick up yourself some of this beautiful fabric. Before we send you guys off, just want to give a big shout out here to the Sew Yeah Lives. We have live sales on Tuesday and Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you can also grab yourself some of this amazing fabric and much more every single week, and some free entertainment. But with that, we hope you liked today's video, and we'll see you next week. See ya.